I want to call this Lorain City School Board meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Mr. Ballard?
Here.
Mr. Demakia? Ms. Johnson?
Here.
Mr. Sturgill?
Here.
Mr. Williams?
Here.
Pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First item is recognition of visitors, and we do have our boys basketball team here, our fantastic Titans here today. So if you guys would come up to the podium. Certainly wanted to invite you all here because we're so very proud of everything you all have accomplished, and I see you've got your ambassadors here, and please introduce yourselves.
Yeah, Coach Rossitano, we have Coach Matt Killian, Aaron Whitehead, and Aiden Brown. We're really excited to be here. It's an honor for us. We have guys playing AAU right now, so these two young men we're here to represent the basketball program. But it's just an honor for us to represent the city of Lorain, the school. We're looking forward to another great year next year, and these two guys will definitely be a part of it as they're coming back next year.
Outstanding, outstanding. Anyone else, please?
My name is Aaron Whitehead. I'm point guard.
Aiden Brown forward.
Okay.
Matthew Killian, assistant coach. Thanks for
and
having
us. I'll just add before I open it up to the other guys, because we're all very, very proud of our team. With all of the things that are going on in this community, just want you all to know you are such a bright spot, and to bring the pride that you've brought back to our community, or that you keep happening here in our community. Thank you for all that you guys have done. We greatly appreciate you all. And anyone else, please?
Go Titans.
Yeah. Again, thanks for having us. We appreciate it.
Because I think Mr. Bill.
Well, I always just look forward to seeing this first year. I had to sit on the sidelines, but I enjoyed watching you play. Aaron, I'm glad you're back. And I wish they would have had him longer. You know, I had him for about a millisecond, and then he went up. But, I just work. I think you guys will have a great season next year, too. I look forward to seeing.
Thank you.
Can you guys take a picture? Because, half my team is on the injured reserve here.
Over there?
Can you guys stand up and we take a picture with each other, please?
That's right. Thank you.
Next, item number 5, we're going to have our first hearing of the public.
Good evening. Eugene Rice, President of NAACP, and also most of the day as a citizen of Lorain. My concern and question is the levy. What's the problem? Why don't we have it on the agenda? What are you telling your bosses, the community? We're you guys' bosses. So we all asking, majority of Lorain citizens are asking the question, what's the problem about the renewal levy?
Nobody got anything to say about that.
Barbie Washington, Riverside Drive. I had a question. Josh, this is for you, I think. I was looking for some information and happened upon some other. There's teachers that are classified as teacher mentors, I believe, and they earn an extra, I think it's $2,000. I was just wondering, what do they do to earn that, or how are they chosen?
I'm not a part of the choosing process, but it's basically to bring along the younger teachers. So you connect them with an experienced veteran teacher, as a mentor. I mean, it just, as it states. The selection process, I'm not sure how they pair them. That I am unsure of. I can let you know, though.
Okay, thank you.
Or look into it and get you whatever I can find out.
To her question about the mentoring program, it's been going on for a long time. During the process, before that, most of the teachers, they volunteered to be a mentor, and the principal would say, okay, and that's how they ended up, the teachers were mentors in the program. It wasn't, they didn't select, or maybe if they didn't have any volunteers, the principal would ask a teacher, would they do it? It was nothing, back then, it wasn't nothing special about the mentoring program. And the teachers that came in really enjoyed the mentoring program because they had good teachers with them helping them. Mm-hmm.
Anyone else from the hearing of the public? We'll move on. Need a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
So, second.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Mr. Sturgill?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. Ballard?
Yes.
Mr. Williams?
Abstain, I don't think I was at the meeting.
Next item, old business. Is there anything in old business?
The only thing I have is I had a question for Josh. I think I asked him how many temporary administrators we had. Did you look it up?
Yeah, I sent it over to you guys this afternoon, I think around 1 o'clock. There are 17 total. The majority of them are deans, and there are 2 directors at the high school level. But yeah, that's the ones that have the alternative licensure.
Okay, nobody in Charleston Center,
Um,
or what I call Charleston Center is.
The board office, that I don't know. I just looked at building administrators. I can double check on that.
Yeah, I actually meant all administrators, but.
Okay.
Yeah.
I apologize. I thought you just meant building administrators, and yeah, that's why
Okay,
I
but you
pulled
say
that.
as of right now 17.
17 in the building, yeah. And that's
And-
15 deans, 2 directors at the high school.
In this building?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe I'm phrasing this wrong.
Okay.
I actually meant the district as.
Oh, no, I'm not saying
district
all the deans, I'm saying across the district, there are 17,
Okay.
15 deans,
So
and then
all
2
17 of them are
the
not
2
in-
directors are here, is what I
Okay.
meant.
Yeah, so all 17 of them are not in LHS.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's across the district. We have 15 deans across the district and 2 directors at the high school.
Okay,
Yep. And then I'll get you the rest from the admin building.
okay.
Any other items in old business?
I'm sorry, did you say 17 deans or 15 deans?
It's 15 deans, it's 17 administrators overall, 15 deans and 2 directors for the 17.
Okay.
He did send that to us in an email earlier today.
Yeah, it was like around 1:30.
Is that it? Recommendations of the treasurer?
I have none.
Any personnel matters or recommendations from the CEO?
None.
Second hearing of the public.
Any new business?
I'm sorry, I did skip new business. Is there any new business?
No. None at this
Yes,
time.
I have some new business. I had a suggestion from the public, and they asked about what was going on with things that were happening in the school. They wanted to know with the administrators how that was put. The Title I, if there was a usage of that money with the remediation of some of the students, was there a gap? Because it appears that some of that needed to be used. And I asked if the deans were sometimes used in that capacity. And what I found out by several of the schools that the teachers, starting right now, are in the elementary school, are being trained to do remediation starting now at all of these schools. And then starting in the fall, all of the teachers at all of the schools, this is what I was told, will be taught remediation so that they could help all of the students in all of the classrooms. And they will also have a program in the middle school that will also help remediation. Now, if any other information is needed, we'll have to call in the dean of academics or the principal with the permission of the CEO. I'm not trying to get any deeper into the academics, but it seems that is going to be taken care of so that our students will be taken care of when it comes to remediation in reading, in science, and in math. So I was just letting you know.
Well, the idea behind the title funds were to pull out a one-on-one and to do stuff like that. It was to alleviate the teacher from doing that because she was teaching the other 25 kids. Mm-hmm. Okay, and she can't teach one that's behind while she's teaching the other 25. This one gets behind, you pull them out and you work with them. You know,
Yeah.
that's it. So, I mean, if the teachers want to do this or do that, but I mean, it doesn't seem like it'll work because if you're using the same time, are they going to elongate their day?
No,
You know?
what it was explained to me, and I might not have it right, that they were going to use small groups, and that was what was going to be used in order to as an intervention. And they were going to have an intervention block to help the students that needed the remediation. And that was going to be done daily. So,
Anything further? You have anything further? You good?
no.
Anyone else? I do have an issue, and I won't say the parent's name, but there's been a parent, from what I understand, that has been banned from our buildings. And they've taken her student and placed him into a different school. And they were supposed to be doing some home tutoring of this particular student. And now I'm understanding that they're refusing to send tutors to that student. And I believe the parent has a desire to come in here and approach the board, but they've been banned from the district, from any of our buildings. So the request from me is that we allow that parent to come to a meeting, and I am going to grant that parent an opportunity to come and speak to the board, and I will allow, our local authorities to know that I'm allowing that parent to come, and it'll be after school hours, so it's not that anybody will be in any type of jeopardy. But if you know anything about that, if you could kind of you don't have to do it now because I don't want to call out the parent's name until she's here herself. But yeah, maybe we can kind of look into that and see what's going on with the not allowing tutors to go to the home and not fulfilling our responsibilities to that parent or that student.
I know the parent you speak of, and I do know that I'd be shocked to find out that she wasn't being offered the home, I mean, because by law we have to offer, if they're being home instructed, then they're being home instructed, we have to offer that. If they're in the building, then we wouldn't have to offer it, but if the child is not in the building, then yes, by law we would have to.
Right.
That's
Yeah, the parent has if you're informed of what's going on, she's got a different view on what's going on, and she wants to be heard, and it's our job as a board to listen to that parent. So I will invite her to a future meeting, but I will make sure everyone knows that she will be coming at our invite to make sure that she doesn't have any issues when she comes to speak to her elected board.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry, I said we have a parent who's had an issue in our buildings, and for some issue with her student, she's been, what they say, banned from our schools. And she has a student who was in one school. The schools, I think, placed the student into another school, and now the parent is supposed to get home tutoring with this particular student. And the parent is saying that they're not coming to the home to do the tutoring. So we're going to allow her to come in to address the board.
So he was in one school. He was in school A. She took him out of school A and put him in school B.
My understanding is she did not. The district reassigned.
The district placed her based on the supports her child needed.
So like if it's, they needed special assistance on something, they took him out of the regular environment and put him in a more...
And I appreciate the questions that you're asking me, but I only got pieces of the information because I've not been able to talk to the parent. That's why the parent is asking permission to come in and speak to us. So we will get her at a future meeting to get all of the details because I really don't know. I'm only getting pieces and parts.
Oh, so you really don't know the real untold story?
That's why it would be good for her to come in here and give us her view, because I'm getting some of what the school says, but the parent wants an opportunity to speak to the board, and we're going to grant her the permission to come and speak to the board to figure out how we can help this student of ours.
So he went to a least, he was in a least restricted environment to one that has more...
You sound like you've got more information than I do. Like I said, all I can do is invite her in to get the rest of the story, and then we'll all have those answers. And then we'll all have those answers. We just want to make sure the student is getting...
The question is, if she's restricted from the buildings, is she allowed to come here?
And I am going to invite her as a guest of the board it'll be after school hours, and we will let everyone know that has banned her that she's being invited in to speak to us, so we can all hear it together.
Okay.
From what I'm understanding, you gonna take over?
No.
You have got some insight?
No. I was saying that she's speaking as a special ed teacher when she says least restrictive environment.
Yeah.
She's talking about an IEP.
No, it's yeah, you're right, but it's like they put the kids in a regular classroom because of the new laws. But the kid, and then maybe he could not adapt, he could not function, he's not getting what he needs, and they'll put him back, and you'll put him in like a reading class with that, and, taking him out of one environment, putting him in another environment. And was she opposed to putting him in a place where he can get really the special help that he needs in a smaller classroom?
Yes.
I was wondering, he said he took him from one school and put him in another school. So what he needs was in this school B that I was trying to figure out. I don't know. I was trying to figure out what you were talking about. He said he was he has a place where he can go where he can get the help. So if he's getting the help, why would he get tutored? He wants to be in the special class, plus get help too.
No.
Yes, you're asking a lot of hypothetical. One second, guys. Oh, and I'm gonna help you.
The mom doesn't want him to go to the ED classroom. So in the meantime, until there's a meeting of the minds, until they grant him.
So real quick, you guys are already at Z, and I'm still at A. And until we can get the information from the parent, so we can get the real information instead of all the hypotheticals. That's good. And
I know. What I'm leading down to the road is what she was talking about.
Sure. And my legal has asked another valid question, saying who did the restricting of the buildings? And I believe that came from Mr. Hawk's office because they didn't want whatever that issue was. But we're going to grant her access to come and talk to this board.
Do you know, does the district have some kind of like policy on that? Is there like a form and they present this person with a form? Maybe we should, let's see.
Okay.
See that, just in the interim.
Then I'm going to punt to my legal and bring her in to help me with that issue on what we can do to bring this parent in to talk with us in a future circumstance.
I can talk to Mr. Hawks to just kind of bring him up to speed on the situation and just make sure he's all right with it.
Yes.
I don't see him having a problem with her coming in and talking to the
After hours,
After
yes.
hours, yeah.
Yep.
And we don't have to have a school board meeting on school property. We can have a school board meeting anywhere.
True.
Yeah, but yes,
Yeah.
there's some authorities that we do have. And we will work with our legal to make sure that we're within our parameters. Do we have any more from the public? Any more hearing from the public? We don't have anything for executive session. Mallory, you didn't have anything that you needed to bring us up to speed on at all, did you? Thank you. All right, so when's our next meeting scheduled, Josh?
Well, the next meeting we have is this Saturday, April 13th.
This Saturday, April 13th, in room 114 at Lorain County Community College. We will be having a joint board meeting with Youngstown's board and East Cleveland's board collectively to just deal with other issues that the communities are having that are also in academic distress, and how do we work through our academic distress situations. It is open to the public. It starts at 9 and it will go to 12:30. Lunch will be served for those people who did let us know that they were coming, because we're only making enough lunch for those who let us know, but all are welcome. Everybody is welcome. It is an open board meeting.
Is that like at Spitzer?
That is at the Spitzer, yes. Yes.
Also, our next regularly scheduled board meeting is being adjusted to the 30th.
And our next regular board meeting will be on the 30th of April in this room at 5.
Yes, it was rescheduled from the 23rd.
Yes. Nothing else, if nothing else from the community, we can have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Support?
Roll call?
Mr. Sturgill?
Yes.
Mr. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Ballard?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you all for coming.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools TV 20 WLCS.